Will must have been in the lectures over the first few weeks, but I didn't notice him, if I'm honest. I was so busy with everything and just learning how to live, do laundry, cook every day, that kind of thing. I next remember seeing Will through the window of the Union Bar. I remembered he'd looked back at me on that first day, and it made me smile. The music scene was good back then. Blur, Pulp, Elastica, Thingy, Suede. All those bands were great. Not that the Union played them much. It was more dancey in there. Fridays at the Union were always the same. Crowds of people, the windows steaming up completely, and sticky floors. I kind of miss it. I guess I set my sights on him that night. I was determined to at least talk to him. It's not easy to find someone when you're not so tall and the lights are low. Spotting Will in the crowd was hard. It had only been a few weeks, but I felt like a new woman already. Or I was on my way, at least. Will always gave me a good vibe. I know that sounds weird, but there it is. He just felt like a good person. He was too. Will was talking to another guy when I found him. I don't remember what I said to join in the conversation. I don't think there was any doubt about my intentions. We had a few drinks and tried to talk over the music before I pulled him outside. You know the feeling, the rush of anticipation? I was getting that so much. We went to sit just outside the bar. We could still hear the music, and the cold night air felt good. And that was when he first kissed me. We went to the cinema for our first proper date. We had seats in the middle of the cinema. It didn't help my nerves much having everyone nearby. We sat there fidgeting, wanting to touch but scared to. I shifted in my seat a bit, letting my leg touch his. I was so smooth. When I went to hold his hand, he moved his away. But I think that was by accident. I kept looking sideways to see if he was looking at me. I tried not to move my head too much in case he wasn't looking and noticed that I was. We ignored the film, pretty much. It was that silly action one with that guy who always acts crazy. Thingamy. It was like everything else faded out. I plucked up the courage and put my hand on his leg, and he gave me one of his lovely, shy smiles. He put his hand on the side of my face, just gently on the skin, turning me to face him. He closed his eyes and kissed me, placing his lips softly onto mine. We locked our fingers together and watched the rest of the film. We didn't let go until ages after we left the cinema. Even as we left, there was something else there. Did you ever have a love that you felt so strongly that you knew it had to end? Will always gave the impression of confidence, like he always had a grand plan. I wish I knew if he saw that end coming too, like I felt it was. I don't know if that would have made how it went any easier. I spent the next day finally doing the unpacking that I'd been putting off. I'd done my clothes and the essentials, but there were other bits to be done. I hung up a tasseled cloth scarf that was my mum's. She's a bit of a hippie. I'd packed loads of my old books. Nothing really related to uni, I just liked having them nearby. I brought my first ever toy to uni with me. I know it seems weird for a woman to do that, but it brings back happy memories. My mum and biological dad split when I was 6. It was rough for a bit, but Mum, me and my brother Andy pretty quickly were happier for it. My bunny makes me think of those good times. There were some candles my mum had given me. Will was coming over later that week and I was falling for him, so I thought I'd make it more cozy in there. Is it weird to tell you this? I couldn't make up my mind where to put things. I wanted it to look nice in there. It was my space. It's weird how long you think about such small things. The little choices are important. I guess it didn't make any difference really, but I was happy when I was sure I'd got it right. I wanted to feel comfortable when Will came over. Will and I, it felt like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing, and just as likely to burn us both as to make us happy. But what a lovely way to burn. That Christmas, I met Will's family. We'd been together for 4 months. Do you remember me there? I was so worried I was going to say something and embarrass myself. I was much more shy back then, and I was really in love with Will, and I wanted to make sure I didn't mess anything up. We were still at that stage where you constantly want to touch the other person. I love that, but I didn't reach out with his family or there. I got nice shivers when he touched me as he poured my wine. Oh, thanks. It was a really nice meal, and we all got on okay. I think I looked a bit too grungy for the occasion. I felt really self-conscious. I loved him so much, but that feeling I had wouldn't go away, that it was all going to end. That Christmas Day, though, I felt like we had a chance. Things were going well, but over the months, I felt the relationship changing. We would listen to music as we fell asleep. Do you remember Enigma? Monks chanting and electronic stuff. We'd put that on a lot and just let ourselves drift off to the music. We listened to a lot of Portishead. Even now when I listen to them, I remember being back in that room, in his arms. As the months went by, we went out less. We would go out to meet up with Harry and a couple of other friends, but it was mostly just Will and me. It still makes me smile, thinking of that room and those days. I think we both could feel that an end was going to be inevitable. But we still were in love. Though sometimes lonely, in a weird way. Feeling like the only people in the world. You cherish the other person, but you long for another life too. Maybe I didn't mind Will getting closer to Harry because it felt like our own love was too much for two people. Will and me were studying English. Harry was on the course too. There was a spark between Will and Harry, that much was obvious. Will was always happy when Harry was around. I couldn't feel jealous. I wanted them to be happy. I'll never forget that time, seeing their friendship grow. We would watch videos in bed together, or whatever was on the TV. There was a transgender character on Coronation Street. We talked about that for a long time. I'd never had to think about my sexuality much. I'm straight, and as far as I knew, my friends up until that time all had been too. I just accepted Will for who he was, regardless of his sexuality. It's funny to tell you this now, but I was never jealous of Harry. You'd think I would be, but I loved Will so much. I just wanted him to be happy. It might seem odd to you, but it was my suggestion. I told Will to ask out Harry. I loved him. I knew it would make us all happy for Will to have Harry in his life. It was something he needed to do. I feel lucky. How many times in your life will you be sure you've helped a person find their true love? Though it was rough. For a long time, I wished that true love had been me. Let me paint a picture for you of the end. Will had been seeing both me and Harry at the same time for about 6 months. I can see you think that sounds weird, but it really wasn't. We were all open, safe, and honest about it. The picture. It was October, and we met in the basement of the Royal Oak. Smoking was still allowed in pubs, and the faint smell clung to everything. The basement was crowded with heavy oak furniture, with the wood grain sealed away under layers of old varnish. The chairs were covered with a tapestry weaving type of fabric that was worn away from years of use. I knew what I was going to say to Will. Before I went to university, a friend asked me what love is. I told her that love was being able to tell a person that you never wanted to see them again. Even though it broke your heart to do it, you would tell them to leave you because it was right. I was quite happy with that answer. Like love was something from a Shakespearean tragedy. I hadn't been in love when I said it. I didn't expect to have to do it. I didn't expect to be right. We need to talk.
Oh?
This needs to change.
You mean us?
I feel like I'm getting in your way.
You're not. This is good.
It is good. Good enough.
Are you happy with me?
I'm happy with you. I love you, but this isn't about me.
I love you too. I want to be with you.
I know, but I don't think you should be.
Is this it? Can I do anything differently?
No, you've not done anything wrong.
I don't want this.
Me either. But it's right.
I love you.
I love you too. I loved him so much. It hurt so badly to let him go. I never forgot him. Love doesn't just stop when you split up. It barely even fades, really. It just mellows with age and memory. I've never loved anyone like that again. It took me 2 years to get over Will. I could see him falling in love with Harry. Soft and deep love, not like the fire we had. It was beautiful. I didn't really consider that we could all have kept on dating together. You know, it might have worked for a while, but that wasn't what we did. It's just the past. I don't know if what I felt was a proper depression, but it was definitely a really bad time for me. I just worked really hard all of the time and got a great degree grade from it, so that was something good for me from it all.
I loved Sarah. I still do, but not the same as I did then. We go for drinks a few times a year. She's wonderful. It's easy to see why we dated. The breakup was hard, but right. The way I feel about Harry is, it's something amazing. She saw that coming. She's smart. The small things mean a lot. Sarah set me in motion to be here now. A word, an act, just going through everyday life with someone. It all has meaning. I've lost some of the wide-angle view of my life. I want our lives to work, Harry and I. I can't believe I'm thinking about proposing to Harry while spraying my armpits. I'm such a smooth operator. I love him. I'm being stupid, wanting action and adventure every day. I've got enough of that, and love right here. Or, I wonder if he would like more than only marriage. We could start a family. Kids. Wow. That could be good, actually. Maybe I'll leave that conversation to another day, eh? One thing at a time. Shit. What if I propose and he says no? He's never said he wants this, as such. A family together. I think I'd like that. This is going to be a big day. Keys? I don't know what lies ahead, but it'll be amazing. I love you. Have a good day. So many memories, and I've not taken the time to think about how much they mean to me. It's time for a change. I forget sometimes how beautiful this city is. The little things matter. Take this elevator button. Someone made it look that way, and I never even thought about it once. There are so many things I've never really looked at. Things that work perfectly, but I just ignore. I get stuck in patterns, doing the same thing every day. It feels like I'm locked in. I'm going to tell him how I feel. I don't want to lose what we've got to by not paying attention to it. Some routines have meaning and purpose. Other patterns, they're just habits with no meaning. I can't believe how lucky I've been, and I took it for granted. Living carefree has been good, but it's not going anywhere. It's time to take control. I love that cafe. On warm evenings, sometimes I sit there with a glass of wine, waiting to catch Harry on his way back from work. We used to walk in the park together. We should do more of that. He's got to know how I feel about him. I love him so much.
We loved to feed the ducks on a Sunday. We worked all through the week, and Saturdays we were too tired to do much. but Sundays were our time. We loved it in the summer, like it was when it happened. But the bare trees in the winter had their beauty too. We would walk among them in thick coats, holding each other for warmth. It was our place to be together. It's silly, really. There's nothing here that doesn't make me think of him. He loved ducks. They always made him smile. It was something in the way they walked. And then one day, he was gone. No one knows yet who caused the crash, but he was driving at the time. It doesn't really matter anymore. He was unconscious from the crash to the hospital. I don't remember the journey in the taxi. I just remember standing at the desk inside, asking for him, crying. And a doctor quietly took me aside to tell me I was too late. All these things, these reminders of our time together. I never thought I'd be here, wanting them gone. Sometimes he would read to me at night. I would lie with my eyes closed, just listening to the sound of his voice, feeling my breathing slow, knowing he was beside me. I don't need 2 toothbrushes here anymore. When friends come to visit me, they speak to me in a quiet voice, as if a loud sound might startle me. They ask about the missing objects. I say, I'm going for a minimalist look. They nod and give me a strange smile, but I know they don't believe me. They know the reminders hurt too much. I've been walking more since he died. I've been trying to get away from the memories to find something new, but everywhere I go, I see things that make me think of him. When you have a table for one, do they remove the other seat? Or just leave it there? His Singing in the Rain impersonation was wonderfully dreadful. I never worked out if he was trying to be bad at it, or if it was a natural lack of talent. I decided to stay inside more. Keep to the inside. I can control what's in here. But even at work, there are reminders. I need this space to be clear, so I can be free. We had the rest of our lives. I had his life, but he won't have mine. I don't understand any of this. When will it stop hurting to think of him? I just don't know. I don't know how I feel or how to feel. There's something cold inside my chest, pulling me down. Get rid of all these things. I'll get new things, things that I didn't use with him. I'm nearly there. It's all gone. He's gone. But he's not.